The random jottings of Donald J. from Nelson in Pendle. Pointsman location Bispham rail tracks. The small coastal town of Bispham was nestled between the rugged cliffs and the vast expanse of the sea. It was a peaceful place, with its quaint houses and friendly inhabitants. But amidst the tranquillity, there was a peculiar legend that sent shivers down the spines of the townsfolk. They spoke in hushed whispers of a haunting manifestation known as the Pointsman. Bispham was connected to the rest of the world by an old railway line that snaked along the cliffs, offering breathtaking views of the ocean. The tracks were well worn, a reminder of the town's rich history. Yet, it was during stormy nights that the Pointsman would make his presence felt. As dark clouds gathered above and the tempestuous winds howled, the townsfolk would lock their doors and windows, seeking solace from the storm. The legend warned of a ghostly figure, draped in tattered clothing, slowly making his way along the rail tracks. In his hand, he carried a lantern that cast an eerie glow in the darkness. The Pointsman's origin was shrouded in mystery. Some said he was an old railway worker who met a tragic end while tending to the tracks. Others believed he was a lost soul, forever bound to the railway line. Regardless of his origin, the townsfolk feared his presence, associating him with misfortune and impending doom. On one such stormy night, as the rain poured relentlessly and thunder rumbled in the distance, young Thomas ventured out into the night. He had heard tales of the Pointsman and was determined to witness the spectral entity firsthand. Armed with a flashlight and a mix of curiosity and trepidation, he made his way to the rail tracks. As Thomas stood by the tracks, his heart pounding in his chest, the storm intensified. The wind whipped through the cliffs, and raindrops stung his face. Just as he was about to give up and return home, a faint light appeared in the distance. The light swayed back and forth, growing brighter with each passing second. Thomas knew it was the Pointsman. Holding his breath, Thomas watched as the ghostly figure drew closer. The Pointsman's clothing was tattered and soaked from the rain, and his face was obscured by a long, unkempt beard. He moved with a slow, deliberate gait, his lantern casting an otherworldly glow. As the Pointsman reached Thomas, the young boy couldn't help but tremble. But instead of a malevolent presence, he sensed a deep sadness emanating from the ghostly figure. Gathering his courage, Thomas spoke, his voice barely audible over the roaring storm. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice quivering. The Pointsman turned towards Thomas, his eyes filled with sorrow. His voice, barely a whisper, carried the weight of 1,000 lost souls. "I am the keeper of the tracks," he replied, his words carried away by the wind. "I walk these rails, eternally bound to protect the living from harm." Thomas's fear began to ebb away as he listened to the Pointsman's words. He realized that the spectral figure wasn't a harbinger of doom but a guardian of the town, forever vigilant even in death. The Pointsman's presence during stormy nights was a reminder to the townsfolk to stay safe and take caution. From that day forward, the legend of the Pointsman took on a new meaning in Bispham. Instead of fear, the townsfolk regarded him with reverence and gratitude. They understood that the ghostly figure, with his swinging lantern, was a symbol of protection and watchfulness. And so, during stormy nights, as the rain lashed against the cliffs and the wind howled through the rail tracks, the townsfolk would glance out their windows and catch a glimpse of the Pointsman. He would continue his eternal patrol, a solemn reminder of the town's enduring spirit and the unyielding dedication of those who came before. The legend of the Pointsman lived on, weaving itself into the fabric of Bispham's history, forever guiding the people and reminding them to tread carefully along the tracks of life. By Donald J.